Hello, fellow budgeters. My name is Brandy, and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. Thank you so much for coming here today and joining me on my little corner of the internet. On this channel, we are digging ourselves out of debt, using the stuff that we have so that we can start achieving some dreams that we have. We've got some pretty big, lofty goals in the future, and our first one is to get out of debt. We're in a lot of debt. So let's go over how things ended in December. And then let's go over our debt progress. I'm gonna move this to the side for right now. And let's look at how things looked in December. This is the Budget by Paycheck workbook that is sold by the Budget Mom. And it's been something that we've been using for a few years now, and I really like it. So let's look at the month of December. The month of December, in all of our bank accounts that we use for money, we had a starting balance of $3,340.40. Our earned income, so income that we moved from our income account into our accounts, our expense account, was $5,370. Our other income, so gifts that we have received or anything else, was $1,729.82. And then we used $24 of savings. So our total monthly inflow was $10,464.22. Just a reminder, that's not how much I earned in this month. That's just what the total money inflow had looked like. Okay, I know that's kind of confusing. So here's how we did our category spending. For tithes, we tried to do $173 a month, but we only got to $157.94. Our household, we did we budgeted $2,081 because I was only expecting us to pay our mortgage. However, other things came out, and we spent $2,430.26. Groceries, I budgeted $1,200 and we spent $1,353.10, so we were over. For utilities, I budgeted $922 and we spent $624.64. Car and gas, that's car insurance, car maintenance, and gas for our car. We budgeted $915 and we only spent $455.91. For health, I only budgeted $85 and we spent $160.57. For our debt, I was only budgeting $2,257 and we ended up spending $2,676.48 towards our debt. For fun, we budgeted nothing and we spent $76.63. Kids, we budgeted nothing and we spent $108.34. For myself, we budgeted nothing and we spent $187.94. My husband, we only budgeted $40 and he spent $120.19. For our dog, Sadie, we budgeted nothing and we spent $66.09. Takeout, we budgeted nothing and we spent $204.62. We only were planning on saving $100 and we ended up saving $1,022. And events, we budgeted nothing and we spent $123.42. So we budgeted $7,773. But we ended up spending $9,768.11. So when you take $9,768.11 and you minus that from $10,464, you should get $696.11 to be my starting balance for January. But my starting balance for January is $599.09. And I have combed over these numbers. I have combed over all of my expenses and all of the income and everything. And I cannot figure out, once again, where my discrepancy is. So I'm going to try again in January. It's probably I'm not writing something down properly. That's my thought. I'm not doing something right. So I'm going to try again in January because this number should match this number. And it doesn't. All right. So let's look at, this is the overall debt picture, our debt payment plan. I don't want to go over the numbers yet because I want to do that when I'm doing my color sheets, but I want you to know that we made, our last month's balance was $64,641.74. This month's balance is $64,330.51, which means our total principal payoff was $311.23 this month, which like sucks. And so I've been also looking at like our total interest paid in December was $731.06. And like when you think about how much money we spent, over $2,000 on debt, and we've only paid off $300, like this was kind of a good month, but also kind of a bad month because like, I'll tell you in a second, but like it was a bad month, obviously, because we spent more on a credit card than we should have, because that number should be way bigger, but that's all right. That's where we're at. So let's get to, oh, excuse me, my chair. All right, let's do our debt, our coloring for our debt. So here's something exciting. The first debt on our list, we paid off this month. So our balance, remaining balance was, why did I write $238? I don't know. All I care about is this one is paid off. I don't care about the details. This one is paid off. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to write down that it was paid off. Very big. Paid off. Woohoo! So we don't even need that anymore. We're going to write this down here. December 2024. So what do we get to do? We get to color in all the rest of these. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Yay! So that's awesome. We have paid off this credit card. Well, it's a Care credit card. Perfect. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Now, this next one, this is the one we're now working on this time. This is our Capital One credit card. Our balance last month was $869.37. We paid $61 and now we are at $831.29. We did use this. I used this for something. I forgot what it was, but then I used more money like to pay off what I used it for. And so, I think because I had it linked to some website and I didn't realize that I had a linked website. But anyway, so that's why it looks like I only paid off $30-something instead of $61. So we get to fill out 4 of these coffee cups. Each coffee cup is worth $9.07. So I'm going to color those in, and I'll be right back. Okay, perfect. The next debt on our list to pay off is a Care credit card that is in my account. We paid $193 this month, and our balance is now at $2,912.10. So we get to color in 3 little debt monsters, and I will be right back. Yay! The next one is Ashley Furniture. We made a payment of $45, and so the balance is now $781.95. Each little spot is $9, And so if you do the 916.95 minus 791.85, we will have, anyway, I figured out all the math. I'm just telling you. So I need to fill in 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll be right back. Yay! This is rooms to go. This is another furniture purchase. We sent $83 to this debt, and so now our balance is $2,149.28, and we get to fill in 4 leaves. Okay. All right, this is our Visa credit card. We made a payment of $97, and our balance is now $4,798.59. And unfortunately, I don't get to color in any of these. Each little thing is $50, and so from our beginning balance, which was $4,947.52, minus $4,798.59 divided by 50 means that we are at 2.97, and so I'm not going to fill in another thing until we're at the actual 3, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to like do it 9/7 of the way. I'm just weird like that. Excuse my voice in the background. Our personal loan, we sent our minimum payment of $258, so we're now at $6,354.84, which means I get to do 3 squares. Okay. All right, our Costco credit card. This one is the bane of my existence. I'm just kidding. I cannot stop myself from using this one for some reason. And so unfortunately we do not get to fill out anything once again in this because we can't stop using it. It is a goal of ours this year to stop using it. Christmas, we overspent, and a lot of that was over on this credit card, and unfortunately it's embarrassing to tell you month after month that the balance is going up on this. But just know that it's something that we are working on, and we still sent a large amount of money to this, but unfortunately just a couple of other things yeah. So I'm just gonna move on because I'm not gonna shame myself for that. It will be an exciting day when we can finally fill that out. All right, so for our CarMax, we sent $325.06, which means our balance is now $15,283.17, and so I get to fill in 1 square. All right, there we go. Our private student loan, this is the one that our interest gets me every time. It drives me crazy, but it is what it is. We sent a payment of $296.42. And now our balance is, oh my gosh, excuse me. Our balance is $16,074.31. And unfortunately, I do not get to fill out a thing because after you do all the math, then it's 1.97 again on how many icons I can fill in. So next month we'll be able to fill in a little doodle. So I'm excited about that one. This is the one for our mortgage, which we don't get to fill out very often at all. But our total mortgage balance is low enough that I can color in another slot. So I'm very excited about this. Our mortgage balance is $281,041, And this one right here says 281,160. So I get to fill that in because the balance is lower than that right there. So that is fun and exciting, especially because each piece on this page is $1,449.28. I know, so random. So it's kind of fun to see like it's almost basically $1,450. And so yeah, this is one I started coloring in September of 2023. So I've been coloring this one. I guess all of them I started in September 2023. The channel didn't start until October 2023. Anyway, this one is really exciting. This one is our total debt, including the mortgage, including the student loans that I'm not tracking at the moment, our federal student loans, all those things. So our total debt balance this month is $436,128.42. And the smallest number on here, because each space is about $4,500. The smallest one on here is $436,907, and we are under that. So I get to finally fill in a color spot on this overall debt chart, and this just has me reeling. This is like the biggest win for me this month. So yeah, okay, so there's our debt pictures, or our debt coloring, and that is, I look forward to doing this every month. This makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. I'm gonna leave those in there. We're gonna flip through them every single time. All right, now let's go back to our net worth tracker. I do net worth tracking, so not willy-nilly, but like it's not as detailed as it could be. Basically, this is just me tracking our debt, and it's in a different way, right? So here's all of our debt balances, including the mortgage, which leads us to $436,128.42. And all of my bank accounts, including savings, all those things, and all of my cash envelopes, including some sinking funds, we have $5,728.03. So when you take this 5,000 and you subtract it, no, it's liabilities minus assets minus liabilities. So you take this number minus this number, and you get our total net worth. This is why it's kind of a joke to me, because it's like, whatever. Our total net worth is negative $430,400.39. But the good news is, last month, our net worth was $432,424. So we increased our net worth by $2,024 at the end of 2024. So look at us go. I don't make this as detailed as I should or as I could, because I don't include our retirement accounts. I don't include our house equity. I don't include a van that we have paid off and like all those kinds of things. I just don't, because I don't feel like looking it all up. I just don't feel like doing that. So it's just kind of funny for me at this point, because we're at $436,000 of debt, including our mortgage. And so it's just like, it's, for me, it's just making that little number go down and down and down every time. I think that's kind of where I stand with that. But anyway, my children are starting to get loud, so I'm going to let you go at this point. We're going to finish this video, and we're just going to say thank you for being here with me for my first 3 months on YouTube. This was really fun. I hope you follow along with me as we continue to pay off our next bill, our next focused bill, which is the Capital One credit card, which is a little over $800. So we're gonna get that paid off, hopefully within the next 4 months, and hopefully this year we'll get four accounts paid off, because that would be so awesome, and that's something I'm really looking forward to. But anyway, I hope that you have a really great day. Come join me tomorrow when I post my budget check-in, which is my version of cash unstuffings, and I can't wait to see you then. I hope that you have a really great day. Bye.